Because I'm a part. Like I really plan on rolling out my juices.
You know I'm about to edit all this out.
For real.
And then I'm gonna ask you the question first, so you can say. So we good though. I don't never really know how to start or whatever because I'm never really the one who starts.
Yeah.
Like on our own
podcast.
Yeah. So really, we just gonna jump right into it. let me take a sip first. You good? You killed that shit.
I'm good, man.
All right. So, it's Jax. Back. We back again. See, I'm fucking up already. But nah, man, what's up, man? It's Jaxon. We back again with another One Mic Stand. We still in Atlanta or whatever, and this time we got a different setup, a different person, different friend, different listener. We got my man. What we gonna refer to you as?
You can call me Chris, man.
You sure you gonna leave your Well, let me Chris.
Christian.
This nigga is one of my favorite people, man, that we've just met through social media, met through the podcast, sexandstrangers.com, Sex and Strangers podcast. Follow us on Instagram. New episode drop every Monday. But now, like, you just one of those people that we never really had to ask to like show love or support or anything like that. And just like the way that we are, at least the way that I am, like I've always appreciated the fact that you do that shit without, you know what I'm saying, just on your own volition. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's just really dope, man, because not a lot of people do that, just not even on social media, just in like everyday life.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So that is one of the reasons that I felt like I had to reach out to you, you know what I'm saying, to come and sit down and just chop it up, have a conversation, and obviously just give you the opportunity to plug whatever it is that you want to plug or whatever.
I appreciate that. Love.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about all of that. We're going to get into some of the other things that we had kind of briefly spoken about before. But yeah, so let me just give you an opportunity to tell people where they can find you before we actually get started.
Well, blessings. Once again, you know, you my guy. Thank you.
Of course.
Much success to everything you got going on, to C and Juice. I appreciate the opportunity. Love the podcast. I'm always be a loyal supporter, so I appreciate that.
Indeed.
You can find me at Too Fat to Lose. That's 2PHATLOSE. No, 2PHAT2LOSE.
He drank already.
Nah, man. I'm just your everyday guy, just on a mission, man. Like I said, I just share my weight loss journeys, my trials, my tribulations, and I'm learning every day. I'm learning, you know, just with, you know, really being disciplined in myself, and I'm just figuring it out. So I'm really no different from the next man, but I just had this mind state where I'm just, you know, don't give up, don't quit. Everything is a lesson, nothing is a loss. So
I got you. Now, I don't know if I want to. You're the first guy that I've had on, right?
Blessings.
And it's that's kind of by design, right?
Right.
So, everybody likes a pretty woman, a pretty face. It's just something about it that makes it more aesthetically pleasing.
Facts.
So that was kind of I was trying to get women on to just kind of reel people in, and then also just by the way that I speak, by the type of questions that I ask, I feel like I'll get like a real reaction or a real authentic answer or conversation from the women that I've had on.
Right.
And part of me was kind of afraid that if I have a guy on, maybe people might not be so inclined to like tune in. Which I don't know. I still don't really know how that's gonna go. Yeah, we will, right? But I do think that is actually a good thing to kind of just have a sit down with another man, because I think sometimes people, because we have a big woman following or female following,
right?
And a lot of the times they also want like an inside look or behind the scenes look as to how we feel or how we think. And a lot of the time, even though I am on the sex with strangers shit,
right.
I'm just one guy with one opinion. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I tried my best to speak for, I guess, the different types of men that may exist out there, but
right.
at the end of the day, I could really only speak from what I believe and what I think and stuff like that. So, I'm looking forward to just having a conversation with another guy. And what some of the things that I want to talk about, because you are big into the health thing,
mm-hmm.
is like the weight loss journey and how it changed you, how it affected you, like psychologically, mentally, just and tying that into how you dealt with women or how you deal with women currently.
Right.
Do you feel like people look at you differently? Like, from how much weight have you lost? Let me start there.
As of today, 80 pounds. Actually, 82 pounds to be exact. I'm currently at 228. I started my journey. I peaked at 310. So I've been on this journey for about 3 to 4 years, maybe. On and off. I mean, stopping and starting. Lost track sometimes, but as of today, it's a total of 82 pounds.
That's crazy. Congratulations. That shit is crazy.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Now, how did you get to be that heavy?
After graduation, I was an athlete in high school. So after graduation, after I kind of just started to pursue college, I stopped being as athletic. So I was playing ball and pretty much stopped playing pickup ball. Life started to hit, bills start to occur, and after eating good, liquor, sex, everything started to transform, After a while, you don't, in my mind, I'm looking at it, people catch my personality and get infected. So, but then after a while, after I had my child, my daughter Essence, it took a toll on me where we just play in the yard and I'm out of breath. Mm-hmm. Me, I'm a competitor. I'm in my mind, I'm already a natural athlete. I'm like, why am I this winded? I'm still thinking about yesteryears of what I used to be. And now I'm looking back, I'm like, oh, well, Chris, that was like 10 years ago, 10, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
let
me get back.
You play basketball?
Yes.
Now, because I'm a former athlete as well, right?
Right.
And it's just a point in time where, like, working out, going to the gym, like, that's not even, a lot of people consider that to be, like, extra. But for me, that's just, like, part of my day.
Right.
Like, the gym isn't, like, when people ask me, like, how was your day, like, the gym is just part of that.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't plan the gym into my day.
Right.
Like, I plan shit around work and the gym is one and the same.
Right.
So, but I got that mentality from playing ball for so many years.
Right.
And there was a point in time when I knew I was about to stop playing, like, I thought that I was gonna never really work out again because now I don't have to. Right. But then I took like 2 or 3 weeks off and I started feeling like real jiggly. Or whatever, right? And I was just like, nah, like I can't just like sit on my ass. I just can't, don't feel right, don't feel good. Right. So on and so on. So what made you stop working out after you were finished playing?
And really, I had no desire to. I mean, I was only going to the gym because I had that love of playing ball. I had hoop dreams. I'm thinking, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go to Duke. I'm gonna go to North Carolina. I'm thinking I'm that nice. And then once you start understanding the politics, which I started understanding later on, in the South, we don't really look that for basketball like that. That's more of an up north thing. In the South, it's more of a football. You get a better chance of getting a football scholarship as opposed to basketball. If you're going on for basketball, your best bet to go to a JUCO and then get signed on or as a redshirt prospect. So after a while, I'm like, man, this is not logical for me. At the time, I'm dating. I'm in a serious relationship, which I figured at the time, and I didn't want to be away from home. I'm getting hometown love. I'm well known in my city, so I'm like, man, I'm not leaving it. I kind of had that Ace Boogie mentality. I'm like, I'm getting love here, B. What I'm gonna leave for? So that just was the reality of my situation. So I'm like, well, I guess I'm gonna just follow the pursuit of my parents and just, you know, you get a job, you work 8 to 5, you make an honest, you know, dollar, make an honest buck, and, you know, that's going to be your life. Mm-hmm. So that was kind of it.
But like, how did you ease your way out of working out? And when did you realize, like, I can't do this shit no more?
Taking pictures, I'm looking like Gucci, man. I'm like, this ain't cute. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm all, you know, I'm looking bad. And then, you know, just like I said, having man boobs and just looking real sick and nasty. I'm like, man, no.
Now, is this based off of you looking at yourself in the mirror, or is this based off of how your interactions with women went?
It was more so me, because when it comes to like women, I always been a charismatic person. So I think women that I dealt with in the past, they was always gravitated either by my height, by my charm, and then by my personality. I'm always gonna be not a head turner in the sense of that handsome, but in the sense of this guy is tall. Who the hell is he? Mm-hmm. Then when I start to speak and kind of like introduce myself and then just carry my mannerisms, then it's like they start to catch on and catch a light bulb. And then after a while, they be like, oh, he's raised right. He's a Southern gentleman. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it started to be a little bit different. So I think, you know, when I got to introduce myself, it was a little different. But I want it for me. I really want it for me. Because like I said, that competitive attitude I always have is always been in me. So I'm like, nah.
Was it more from an in shape sense, or was it from a vanity sense? Like, did you want to look a certain way, or you just wanted to feel a certain way?
I wanted to look a certain way. I kind of, and I'm still having problems with that, because
go into that, because that's really what I want to talk about. Because like I got my own shit with that.
Well, when I first initially started, you know, a good friend of mine, his name is Antonio Banks.
You put him there real fucking
yeah, he put a real name, because I gotta give him I really gotta give him salutations every time, because he's one of my initially starting. He's one of the ones that motivated me. Okay, a best friend of mine. You know, he wasn't quite as big as me, but we were both big guys. But, you know, life kind of grew. We kind of went our separate ways, kept in contact, but we, you know, didn't really talk as much. But when the next time we actually got to see each other, he looked completely different. I'm looking at 6 packs, a big pecs, and, you know what I'm saying, nice build. And I was like, man, he had like a model, slender kind of physique to him. And I'm like, damn, that's what I want to look like. You know what I'm saying? No homo, no stuff. But
now, what made you want to look like that look? What did you think it would do? What did you think it would do for you that that wasn't being done for you, like looking like how you were looking at that particular time?
Honestly, I wanted to change, man. I mean, when you've been fat all your life, you don't know what it's like to be skinny. So I want to be on the other side, you know. And actually, and to be honest with you, know, at that time we're out in the city. We're pretty much, once you're in a certain age group, because, you know, I'm from Columbus, Georgia, so it's pretty small. If you're in a certain crowd, everybody kind of know of everybody. Or somebody knows somebody, and everybody knows who the somebodies are. Mm-hmm. I would say that we were, you know, mildly one of those somebodies. Like, when we came in, like, we knew, you know, that they would, you know. So after a while, I'm like, man, I want to look a different way. You know what I'm saying? I want to feel a different way. And shit, when I was kind of in the background looking at him, he started to get the different kind of approach of different kind of women. I'm like, yeah.
Different how?
Just kind of the grown and sexy more look, like some bad stallions. Like, some real bad stallions. Like, I'm like, damn, I don't think she'll look at me if I'm looking, like I said, the old Gucci. Yeah. Like I said, I never had a problem with conversing with women, but
But just like that, off the bat, immediate attraction just on some things.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Lust me, then like me.
Right.
That's kind of what I was thinking at the time. Like, lust me, then like me. But I said, man, I'm like, you know what? I see bro put in the work, like, and he just, you know, the time he was just like, look, man, you just got to be disciplined to it. You know, you got to eat right. Eating is, you know, the more essential to the aesthetics. And, you know, the gym is cool. You know, you going to build there, you know, as long as you come. And he always retained to me that, man, it's a discipline thing. It's mental discipline. If you get here mentally, physically, you gonna change, but mentally you gotta get there. And one thing he always told me, I never forget, and I still kind of live with it to this day, man, you gotta work out just as much as you shower. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what? He was like, nah, you gotta work out just as much as you shower. I'm like, damn, so I gotta work out every day. Yeah. So,
like, that's fucking. Yeah, the mentality of you think you gotta look a certain way in order to get a certain type of woman. Where do you think that derives from? Just in men's minds in general, because I kind of feel the same way. Like a lot of the things you just said, like I feel like I can kind of relate to, like the whole being fat your whole life, or like being. I don't even want to say fat, because like. Just having weight on you,
right,
your whole life.
Right.
Not being skinny, not knowing what it feels like to sit down and your stomach don't kind of like go over your
you know,
I don't know what that feels like either.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And I think you I don't know, like I think you just want you do want to kind of see what that other side is like. Like you want to see like what it feels like to just fucking wear any fucking thing,
man.
Like, you know what I'm saying, or feel comfortable in anything that you put on.
Yes.
To not have to fucking continuously like fucking do this shit.
You know, man.
All the time. Like,
listen,
you know what I'm saying?
I've been in a big and tall all my life, so now that I'm in I say the little boy section. Listen, man, put on an extra large. Yeah. You don't know how like that extra $20 I used to pay for that big and tall. Keep that in my pocket, man. That's a blessing. Yeah. It's a blessing, but
now I used to feel like we just kind of got into the era where like big niggas is popular, man. And I don't know if I honestly don't know if it's always been like that, and like maybe you just got to get to a certain age group for women to actually like bigger men. No, honestly, because
no, it's funny because me and my lady, we just had this conversation, like literally about getting older, and it seemed like to me, in my opinion, I don't want to say the standard changed, but it seemed like it got to be more of a reality of women start looking at men for who they are, not what they look like, and not their stature. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So they start to look at things just a little bit different. Mm-hmm. As opposed to if we was in our younger 20s, they want a man shaped like this, shaped a certain way, or he gotta have this, he gotta have that. Now it's like, oh well, you know, if he have a little good, maybe it'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? Because I seen the transition where women wanted Nelly, now they good with Rick Ross.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. But you never know if that. But you never, or I never know if that is some body type shit, or is that just the changing of who's popular at that time type shit.
Right.
Because those kind of people, like, they have so much influence that it's like, if a skinny nigga come out right now and he popping, then that's what the women's gonna gravitate towards. If Beyonce or Rihanna start liking fat niggas, then bitches might start liking fat niggas. I might not go to the gym. Like Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? And I've always just wondered or thought about that, because when I was when you were a kid, when you were in elementary, middle school, high school, it's never cool to be fat. Nah. Never. Like, I think that's gonna be to the end of time. Like, if you fat, kids is gonna make fun of you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's just something that you're gonna have to face if you bigger than a normal average size kid or whatever. And I honestly don't think people really truly ever get over that. I agree. Because in a way I haven't. You know what I'm saying? Like, what got me by was I could always play sports.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So me being like a little chubby or husky or whatever, that didn't overshadow my athletic ability. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, oh, that's the big kid who can play. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I can only imagine if I was just like a big nerdy kid or a big kid who didn't play shit, who just was kind of clumsy and always had like fucking food on my chin or something like that. You know what I mean? Like who knows how much more like bullying that I might have had to encounter just because of like being a little overweight or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I feel like you just I never really forget that. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if it's a body complex. I don't know if it's just something like mentally that's a block there, but I'm always telling myself that I can always like look better, look leaner, look thinner, be slimmer, work out harder, run harder, like do more, like whatever. Like every single, like that's kind of like my formula in a weird way. Like, and it's really not in a self-deprecating way. Mm-hmm. Because that's just my way of like keeping myself on top of my shit. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's weird because it's like, if I tell myself that I'm not, this is gonna sound crazy. If I continue to tell myself that I'm not good enough or that I'm not there yet, that's what's gonna keep me going back to the gym. That's what's gonna keep me going hard every single day when I really might not have it in me. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? And when I tell people that, like, they kind of look at me crazy, like it's on some like low self-esteem shit. But it's like, on one hand, it's like I need to tell myself that because I know that this is what it's gonna take for me to go hard. Right. You know what I'm saying? What I don't want to be is a person who is always patting myself on the back and saying like, oh no, you good. You look cool, you fine, you don't gotta go today. Because that one day it turned into 3. Right. That 3 it turned into a week, and that week it turned into a month, and now next thing you know, now I'm 300 pounds or some shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And not like that's just not something that I want for myself. Because I think the most I've ever weighed was maybe like 260, 265, something like that. Mm-hmm. And I was kind of like going through a depression. Like, this was in college. It was centered around like some baseball shit. Right. And I got on the scale one day, and that shit was like 260 something. And at the time, I was pretty accustomed to being like in that 225 to 235 range. Right. And like I knew I had gained a little weight, but like I didn't know that that's what it was. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, I was just like, nah, I gotta do something about it. And it was weird. Like, I had been working out, but I had just been eating crazy. You know what I mean? Or I had been just eating and like laying down. Mm-hmm. Or just like some super lazy shit like that. Nah. And I ended up going to the lengths of like, I took like a hydroxycut. Like, remember when that shit was out? That shit was the worst. That shit used to have my fucking heart beating outside of my chest. It's like you couldn't sleep. It was just like you had like shots of fucking caffeine. And it was honestly like, it was scary. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was scary because it was a foreign thing that you was taking and you really didn't know what it was doing to your body. Right. But my want to be slimmer was more than the risk of whatever this shit might do to me. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it.
Sold off hope.
And yeah, and it's weird because eventually I lost like 30, 35 pounds like within like a few months. Mm-hmm. And you know, I was on the scale every day. I used to travel with the scale in my car. No bullshit, like no bullshit. I'm not bullshitting. I used to travel, and I don't step on scales no more. Yeah. Cause I used to be like really, really obsessed with that shit. Number. Yeah. And I used to get on the scale in the morning after I use the bathroom because that's like your realest, your truest weight. And then I would get on the scale every time, like after I ate, I would I would try not to get on the scale after I worked out because I feel like I'd be like kind of puffed up. So I would never get on the scale after a workout. But yeah, I would travel with the scale in my car, and several times I would eat some shit, or before I ate some shit, I'm like, oh, what's your number though? Check your number. Because if your number is higher than what it needs to be, we can't eat what we want to eat right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was crazy. But all of that really kind of stemmed from sports, though. Because when I was a kid, my parents, my pops and my grandfather, they would kind of, I don't want to say they would be on me about my weight, but they would just be on me just to be mindful of you don't want to eat your way out of sports. That was one of their sayings, like you don't want to eat yourself out of the game. And it was basically just saying like, if you get too fat, you ain't going to be able to compete, which is true. And some people might be like, that's really, really harsh for somebody to like tell a kid, but you got to also realize like they knew what I was trying to do athletically, so they was going to be real with me from that point forward. And there was this one fall, I wasn't able to play football because I didn't make weigh-in. I didn't make the weight. And we had like, I think I was like 9 or 10, right?
Right.
And I think the weight might have been like, I don't fucking know, like 130 or 140 or something like that. And if you would, the coaches would like weigh you like a week or two in advance before the weigh-in. And like say if you was like 5, 7, 10 pounds overweight with like a week to go, somehow the coach convinced all of the parents that these kids needs to come to our house. We're going to put them in plastic bags. We're going to put them in this heated garage.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to fucking do exercises and run like laps and just nonstop movement like in this garage for like an entire like weekend. And like fed us like water and like boiled eggs and tuna and toast. Like, like every like, you know, like maybe like once every fucking 6 hours or some shit like that. And then we just go like right back into the garage. Like until, and they have a scale in there. And, you know, maybe like every hour or some shit like that, niggas will fucking take off their sweats or take off their pads and hop on the scale. And it was one of them old joints where you gotta like, that joint, right? So you be standing on the scale looking at that shit, like hoping that you make it. Cause if you make it, you get to go in the house and chill. But if you still like a couple of pounds over, like nah, nigga, put your shit back on. Start running these fucking laps again. And had to do that. And I'm like, niggas is like 9. Like 9 years old, like doing this shit, right? Crazy. I don't know how our parents even allowed this, right? And I did all of that. And then I think I had like went to school the next day. And I hadn't eaten in like days or some shit. I hadn't eaten I had eaten.
Right.
But I hadn't eaten like shit that kids like to eat.
Might eat,
in like days. And the day before the fucking weigh-in, my dumb ass, I ate some M&Ms. Right? I just couldn't fucking resist. And we had the weigh-in like that next day or some crazy shit, or that night, I forget. And I didn't make it. Like I was like a pound or something over. And we weighed in with our regular clothes on. And if we was over, like they was like, all right, take your shirt off. Took my shirt off, got back on the scale, didn't make it. Take your pants off. Got back on the scale. Now I'm 9 years old, right? Get back in the joint. Still ain't make it. These niggas was like, all right, take all your shit off and just cover your fucking dick.
Man, what they supposed to be doing that?
Probably not.
I don't think they're supposed to be doing that, man.
Probably not. But I did that shit, nigga. Got on the scale. Still, I was like maybe like a couple of decimal points or whatever you want to call them, like over that shit. And well, nothing I could take off at that point. Like, you know what I'm saying? So at that point, it was just a wrap. And I just like after that, like I was just like, yo, that's not gonna ever happen again. Like I'm not gonna ever not be able to play, because of me being overweight. You know what I'm saying? And that just, and I've told that story before, like I think on the podcast, that which was a while ago, but that's just something that really stuck with me. Like not in, and I don't even know if it's like traumatic because I don't feel like it's a skeleton that I can't talk about.
Right.
I just look at that point because that was just the one time that my weight didn't allow me to do something that I had really worked hard to be able to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's when it kind of clicked of, yeah, my nigga, like if you want to do this sport shit, you gotta stay on top of your shit.
Right.
And maybe your body type is the type where if you eat and don't do anything, you gonna fucking gain, you gonna balloon, like you gonna gain weight.
Yeah.
And they're just kind of like, yeah, it's just like I'm always gonna stay on top of it. Like I don't want to look a certain way.
Right.
Like whether it be for athletic reasons or now that even though I'm not playing, it's a feel. Like because I know what it feels like to be carrying a little bit more weight than what I want to, and then I know what it feels like when I'm actually in shape. You know what I'm saying? And I'd much rather feel like that than you know the opposite or whatever.
But it definitely sounded like it had kept you in like a psychological cage.
Yeah.
Where it feels like, you know, you develop this mind state where I have to look or weigh a certain way to make me feel accepted. Not necessarily per se by society, but per se just by your standards.
Yeah.
I don't think nothing wrong with that, but it does sound like that it did keep you in a cage for some years where you're like, man, I can't shake that thought or that feeling.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it. Whatever motivates you to get up and get out and get it, I salute it, I support it.
Yeah.
You know, as long as it just don't be a hindrance to you going forward as far as, you know, I ain't gonna say obsessed because I mean, some people I say I'm obsessed with it, but I'm just more so like, I just want to stay dedicated. I want to renovate that. Right. I want to renovate that idea of it's okay to be a certain way when it's like, nah, I ain't never seen nobody that's obese and live till they 90.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and it's with me having a child, I said, I want to see her grandkids, you know what I'm saying? Her kids and my grandkids, you know, so. But yeah, man.
How does it, or how did it affect you? How did it affect you, like sexually?
Yes.
Get into that. Why? Once you don't laugh.
Yes.
But get into that, cause I got some thoughts on that too.
Man, stamina. I was able to stamina, and then, you know, you feel good. Once you feel good, you perform good. And I could definitely say that, but man, stamina, and I used to read this stuff like in men's health magazines and just, you know, like how they used to say like kind of cliche and all that. No, that stuff is real. Just being able to just go longer. I feel like I'm going deeper and just, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? After they might be tapping out, I'm like, shit, listen, you might be a little hoarse. But nah, man, it did change sexually. I felt a lot better. I can't even lie. It made me look myself in the mirror and be like, just give myself them pep talk to be good. Like, yo, man, like, boy, you did that. You did that.
Did you feel like this? I'm trying to figure out how I can word this. Cause this is typically like a woman thing, right?
Right.
Did you feel sexier?
Yes.
Or was that a thing? Because like
I know where you're going with it. Yes. Most definitely. I got to the point, well, I'm fucking around, but like I wouldn't mind putting like a mirror on the ceiling, like it sounds like obsessed and arrogant as hell, but nah, like once you big and you kind of come down, it's like, nah, I felt good. Like this summer or one summer, it's just gonna be tattoos and cargos. I ain't wearing no shirt. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Oh, you gonna be a shirt off nigga?
I'm gonna be a shirt off nigga. I'm talking about, man, listen.
One thing I'm never like that. This might be my trauma, right? I don't think I'm gonna ever be a shirt off nigga.
shit, fuck that.
Listen. I don't like. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna ever reach that point.
Nah, man. With having man boobs, and if I get pecs, I can make jump like that, man. Listen, I might just be in the middle. I'm gonna be in the middle of the summer drinking the water and might just and pour on myself. Like, damn, let me wait this wrong. You know what I'm saying? And if I end up in the shade room, like, I mean, hey, it is what it is. But nah, I might be a shirt off nigga for real. But no, it does make it, cause it's a mindset, man. Like seriously, in all honesty, it's a mindset. You know, once you kind of, I feel like once you get mentally disciplined to say, okay, I'm gonna lose this weight, I want to look a certain way, I want to feel a certain way, your mind state really changes. Like it does get a lot of psychologically. Like even before we was talking about clothes, man, being able to get in a smaller shirt and just kind of look at how my physique look better, it plays a part in my whole lifestyle. Just like I said, walking into a place and just feeling good, looking good, you talk better, you think clearer, you think everything is more pure. At least for me, that matter. But from research that I've gathered, it's real. You know what I'm saying? Once you kind of overweight and you kind of eating in like how everything is processed and got steroided in it, you really feel the way you eat. You know what I'm saying? If you eat a bucket of chicken, you're going to sit on your couch feeling like a bucket of chicken. You know what I'm saying? But if you sit and, you active and you do cardio, you take a nice little jog and, you come in, you feeling good or whatever, you going to walk by and you going to feel good. I'm really, at first I didn't entertain that idea until I lived the lifestyle. And then it's like you said, kind of like with yourself, it's just been a process of mentality. Like, man, I don't never want to go back to that way because I feel, I like the way I feel right now.
Right. Are you, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you good.
Are you less empathetic to people who are overweight and they're okay with it?
No, because I was just like them. And I'd never be less empathetic to them. I just think that, once again, it's a mentality. Once you break that mentality, once your ideas really become reality, they'll get it. And I think that's kind of like one of the reasons why I want to be kind of the poster child of that. Because I'm like, man, I'm just like y'all. I got a 9 to 5 like y'all. I do everything just like the way you would do it. But once I stopped kind of dropping the excuses, the scale started tipping down. Everything started tipping down, and everything for me started looking up. I ain't gonna say I'm less empathetic, but you'll get it when you get it. But hopefully it's not when the doctor's saying you got 3 months to live. Or, you know what I'm saying, you need to make arrangements. That was a raw reality, you know what I'm saying, of myself not being on a deathbed or nothing, but just, going to the doctor and then, like, listen, you're going on the rate you're going, you might need this kind of medication, this, going forward. Who wants that?
Right.
I just feel like, everybody has a breaking point. I mean, and, like on the journey I'm on.
Because and the reason I ask, because I think I am a little less empathetic to people who, because I see so much, or I hear so much, like, people talk about, wish about being thinner, being lighter, being leaner, like losing weight. But when it comes to, like, what you have to do in order to actually make that happen, that's when they hop off of that fucking train. Like, that's when they work out. I gotta do this shit more than once. I gotta eat dip. Like, that's when it's just like, to me, it's like once you realize, like, what it's gonna take and, like, how much it fucking hurts, you know what I'm saying? That's when people kind of be like, oh, well, I accept the way that I am and I love it. Right. And not that there's anything wrong with loving who you are currently. Right. But I guess I'm always questioning, like, if I had a choice to be 260 or 230, I'm picking 230 every fucking time.
Understood.
Every time. So like you're not going to. So if I'm 260, do I really not want to be 230, or am I just accepting being 260 because I don't want to put in the work that's gonna get me down to being 230? Like, you know what I'm saying? And,
right.
And I guess like that's the part where I get like I'm not really trying to hear what people gotta say, because at the end of the day, if you don't want to come to the gym with me, like shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And maybe that's just, I mean, that's probably just harsh on my end, but like that's why I just asked like how do you feel about it?
Well, I mean, I want to say it's harsh because I look at it like this. You lick that bowl of success of losing weight and you like the way it tastes. To a person that never did it, they don't know what it tastes like. You could, it's like they say you can lead a person to water, but you can't make them drink. I feel that wholeheartedly, you know. But once again, once they get thirsty enough, when their mouth get dry enough, they're like, man, I'm tired of this.
Yeah.
They'll do it. You know, I mean, like I said, it's just like a relationship. You have to be patient and you got to hold yourself accountable for it. And, you know, it didn't take much from me. Well, no, let me take that back, because it took the communication and the look of my daughter and just to look at myself and be like, I don't want this no more.
Let me ask you this. I keep cutting. I'm sorry.
No, you good.
But like, should be like questions be popping in my head like as you're talking, right? How were you built like as a kid?
I've always been pudgy, but it's like the athletic pudgy. I want to give a man, if I can give maybe like a kind of like an idea, because you know when I was playing basketball, they always call me Shaq. Okay. You know, Shaq was diesel, but you know you could tell he had.
In his older days, he put weight on. In his younger days, that nigga was.
Yeah, I would say more like his older days.
Okay.
That's kind of more like how I was built, because I never had like the cuts in my arms or anything like that.
He was like a Zebo, almost.
Boom.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
And like my favorite my favorite basketball players, they never was like the, you know, like when I'm looking at Paul Pierce didn't look, you know, like he was in the gym.
Right.
But he had that finesse. And I was like, and when I was back then, when I was looking at it, I was like, all right, well, yeah, I won't look. It could be possible to live my hoop dreams without hitting the weight room. Yeah. But no, that was kind of like my ideal build. I was always kind of like a pudgy, athletic type guy. Like, I may look slow, but I'm pretty swift.
I got you.
You know, so, but yeah.
How do your the reason I asked like how you were built as a kid, you say you have a daughter. Mm-hmm. Are you mindful of how her build is?
Yes. I don't, you know, when I had when my daughter was born, I always vowed I didn't never want her to go through the same things that I went through. As for in the sense of, you know, we feed each other this myth or this psychological acceptance of just do it or just be as a kid, or like eating soul food, like eating fried chicken, eating greens, eating, you know, macaroni and cheese, like eating all this stuff. But, you know, at one current point in time, that's all we had and that's what we looked to. But now I'm like, okay, as we got older, we got certain things that we have options now. Mm-hmm. You know, back then, I don't think our options for us was as optional as it is now. So instead of drinking like half a quart of Kool-Aid, drink water.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? With all that sugar and all that tea, and all that, you know, sugar in your tea, drink water. You know what I'm saying? Drink lemon water. Drink, you know what I'm saying? Drink this. I get her, my idea, you get her to start this habit young, because this is the critical point of where things can just be a habit. She won't be missing these things when she get older. Mm-hmm. And I'll allow her to get some, just, you know, so she won't miss on things from her childhood. But I'm like, no, but this is probably, stay away from sodas. Mm. Stay away from, you know, Kool-Aid. Stay away from fried food. Like usually when she, you know, me and my daughter's mother, we split our time. I don't really eat chain food stores with her. You know what I'm saying? We try to do something cooked, more of a home cooked meal. Something from the root or ground of things, and like I'm getting her more into like eat salad, you know, drink.
How old is she?
She's 11.
Okay.
She's 11. So, and I've been kind of preaching this to her at least for the last 2 years, and now I just recently got her in the gym with me.
Okay.
Like, you know, hey, I want you to have this athletic build because she's a dancer. She does ballet, hip hop.
Oh, of course, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just for those, you know what I'm saying? Ballet, hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And I just want her to stay within that just within that mind frame. Just take care of your body, and your body take care of you. Mm. You know, so I just make sure that I keep that instilled with her, and you're gonna only be as good as what you put in your body, because if you put that BS in your body, you're gonna expect it. Expect the acne, the pimples, the, you know, all that other, you know, stuff that, you know, a woman don't want to see. So yeah.
Is she excuse me, is she at the age yet where she cares about how she looks like that, or not yet?
To a degree, yes and no. I think she just motivated by what she see me doing, because she seen me at my heaviest, and she gonna see me to her at my lowest. Mm-hmm. But I think that's kind of motivating for her. But the things that she care about now, which is kind of, you know, unfortunate, like she want long hair. You know, she want like kind of the weave, like not necessarily weave, but she want to like look a certain way. Like her school make her not kind of make it seem like long girls with long hair is prettier. Not
just a school nigga, that's everybody making. You know what I'm saying? Make it seem like that, yeah.
But nah, I just want her to like. But she's too young to understand, baby. You beautiful the way you are. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Just don't feel like you have to fit in. Stand out. Don't fit in, stand out, but you're beautiful the way you are, all natural. I don't want you to think that you have to add extensions or do anything extra to make yourself feel pretty or to get this kind of unwanted attention. You know what I'm saying? Because trust me, once you, and I want her to get this young now, so when she does get older, she won't be so maybe influenced. Maybe I want to get some shots, or I want to get a makeover. I want to get.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that, because I wanted to talk. How do you feel about, especially since you have a daughter, how do you feel about people who like get work done, like in order to basically have the look that you're working so hard for?
I mean, I would say at one point I had an immature mind state of saying that, you know, I don't respect you as much because I'm putting in the necessary work and you're not. But as I kind of grew older and kind of just had time to really sit and research things, you know, some people, it is a lot tougher where they physically just can't do it. And I'm a little bit more understanding to their needs and situation. I had actually a good friend of, well, I won't say she's a good friend of mine, but we're good associates. She just had, you know, a wrap, I think it's like a sleeve or whatnot. I don't know the exact term of it, but she needed it, you know, for health reasons. I mean, if she didn't, then, you know, unfortunately, she probably won't be here. But I do like the fact that when she did get it done, she did start to take the necessary actions to say, okay, I'm finna put in the work. And she's definitely been putting in the work. So, yeah, I mean, it's easier for me to say, at least at the time, it was easier for me to have that mindset of mentality, like, man, I can't respect you as much because I'm doing it. You can do the same thing I do. But, I mean, I look at it like this. I can't tell a person in a wheelchair, like, come outside, walk and kick it. They can't. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, not unless they get, you know, like, the assistant to do it. So I don't look at them no different, but I do applaud them for those that take the necessary steps of like, all right, well, I want to get stronger, get, you know, change the physique.
Now, are we talking about what kind of surgery are we talking about? Are we talking about like bypass surgery? Are we talking about people who are jeopardizing their health and that's why they're getting surgery? Are we talking about people who want to like get in certain circles, so I need to look a certain way in order to get people's attention?
I'm talking to the ones that I would say bypass surgery, or what it, because I think the sort of term of like a sleeve or whatever, because I know they just basically make your stomach smaller, they wrap something around it, but basically you can't eat as much. So it pretty much restricts your calorie, deficit. So if you don't take in as much.
Yeah, no, I'm not. See, that's not what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about.
Okay, so what are you referring to?
I'm talking about. You don't have no ass in April, and now all your ass. Or now
them.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
My bad.
I'm not talking about nah. That's
okay. So for them, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Fuck them. Like, nah.
I'm not talking about people who can't, because sometimes people actually will like work out, but for whatever health reasons they may not be able to drop weight.
Nah, fuck them. If you do, no. Listen, if you want ass, if for a female, well, at this time, if you're a male, if you want ass,
that's so funny.
Just do squats. You know what I'm saying? Not just do, but there's exercises that help you curve and make you, squats. This is historically researched. Like, this will help.
Yeah.
But if you want to go and lay on your stomach and get injections, fuck out of here, man.
I had a conversation with a friend of mine, and she was trying to tell me that a fat transfer isn't considered getting work done.
Man, well,
how do you? I would. Can I ask you this? You don't have to come here, but do you feel like that's? I feel like it's still under the umbrella of getting work done, because I feel like it's still.
It's just transferring from one part.
I still like it's still a procedure.
So it's still surgery.
Do you think it's fake? Like, if a girl gets fat from her stomach into her ass, would you say that that's fake, or would you say, oh well, it's still her? It's still her.
Listen, man, you can do a fat transfer by doing some crunches and then doing squats. That shit will transfer in a matter of time. The fuck out of here, man. What you mean? Like, that's a fat transfer.
Oh, that's so funny.
You do cardio, you do some crunches, and then you do some squats. You will you will take that fat from your stomach and it will develop around your ass. That will happen.
Yeah.
Well, no. And you want to man, listen. God made everybody uniquely different for a reason. But if you do want to put forth the effort to change, do it organically, do it naturally. Don't suck something out and just, have it. Nah, man, that's nasty.
How they doing?
You know what I'm saying? Just, like, come on, man. Like, what are we talking about? Like, that's
cuz.
And then you gotta look at them scars, and then just to go further. Then you got to keep that maintenance, because that's not natural fat. You know what I'm saying? So I'm at least I'm assuming. I don't know. Right. But you got to keep that maintenance. So you got to keep a tune-up I'm assuming you got to keep a tune-up every now and then for that. But I'm like, you want a fat transfer? Let's go to the gym. You can pay $20 a month at Planet Fitness. Go to anyone in your state, and you can work towards it. Shit.
That's hilarious, man.
That's a fat transfer.
That's so funny. But yeah, do you because I think we were talking about your daughter since she's young. Because I know, I don't have any children yet.
Right.
But I can just kind of go back to how my childhood was, and I'm kind of replaying some of the conversations that I had with my grandfather.
Right.
Because then when I say these niggas, my grandfather and my pops, these niggas don't pull no punches, bro. Which I love them for that though. Like, I respect them for that shit. But I remember them kind of not even telling me, but just telling me about how if I were to have a daughter, that you kind of want to, I guess, like, because kids don't know when they're gonna start liking the opposite sex.
Right.
Kids don't know when all of a sudden how I look is now important to me. How I'm built is now important to me. you know, how I dress or how I fit in whatever it is that I'm deciding to wear. Like, I kind of feel like as a kid, that almost happens like overnight. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I remember one time my grandpa just kind of talking to me, I guess, about like how you don't want to almost set your child up to where they're gonna sound terrible, to where they're like unattractive by society standards before they even like really get into the game, so to speak.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, so I guess what I'm asking is like, is that part of your process as to why you want your daughter to be healthy, or is it just based on health, or are you thinking, is any part of you thinking along the lines of like when she does start getting into like the whole dating game, like you want her to basically put her best foot forward? And that might be a weird question because
I see where you're going with it, but it's more so of just really having her start at a young age, love yourself, but put forth the effort. If you want to look a certain way, I don't want you to be overweight and get to an age and be like, man, I should have been. I don't want you to be at a young age having health issues. Because me and her mother, you know, me and my daughter's mother, at a young age, we were overweight. You know what I'm saying? By society standards. I don't want that same thing for you. But if you do this young, you're already going to, you know, feel and look a certain way. But I just want her to live a long, healthy life. You know, as a parent, when you become a parent, at least my ideology is, once you become a parent, it's no longer about you. You have to put forth the standard for them to be a better version of you. And if my better version of me is, like I said, now I'm 36 and I'm thinking like I want to live long term. So let me tell her at 36 and you're 11, start thinking long term and live until you're about 100. Live a good, long, fruitful, and joyful life and be healthy about doing it, because you don't want to be at my age, or what I would say friends around my age, being, you know, having to take blood pressure medication, being on diabetes, or you have to have anything amputated because you was just poor selection and choices of, you know, what your dietaries are. You know, so I want just to instill that into her young. Like things I want her to do, like, no, learn how to crop, learn how to grow your own stuff, be independent, know what you're putting in your body. That's really important to me, because like I said, I want her to be the best version of me, because I need to pass forth that information, if God willing, if I'm not around older to do it. You already know now that I'm telling you. So it's not really wanting her to kind of look a certain way or feel a certain way. I mean, just looking at, using a prime example, Jada Pinkett's mother. Beautiful. Looking at Jada Pinkett herself. Beautiful. Right. I want her to have that look of a black woman, like she looks like basically ageless. It don't even matter. Like, I just want you to feel fit, feel good, feel good about yourself, but knowing that you're beautiful. And I'm going to teach her that anyway, regardless of what her weight or size is. But more so, I know from me personally, since you're, since you're in the body and the embodiment of me, you will feel better if you're more, if you don't go through these pitfalls that I did with being self-conscious or being overweight or, feeling something. You'll feel a lot better yourself.
Do you still feel yourself, kind of critiquing yourself or critiquing your, like, even though you look a lot better now than what you may have when you were like 300, like, because even though, like, no matter how far that we've come and whatever it is that we're trying to do, like, sometimes like the residue of like that old person in us, like, kind of still exists a little bit, where,
and I'm always going to be a fat kid at heart. You know what I'm saying? Cause that's what to be honest, because that's where, like, for me, that's why I earned my character. That's who I earned who I was. That's why I learned who I am. being picked on for being overweight in school, or or just having being passed up by the pretty girls. It did develop a certain character within myself to hold myself to a certain integrity. I mean, even for like quote unquote bullies, how you can have a little snapback. What I'm saying? You gotta, like I said, you develop a personality, a character, and by no means am I saying that if you're smaller, you live a better life. Because I mean, you can be big and beautiful. I mean, whomever you are, I just know for me, it built character, and then it just made me feel a lot better once I looked a certain way, and once I started doing certain things, and
You know how some people, like, some people are very, like, once they lose the weight, don't come and try to talk to me now. And obviously, you know what I'm saying, you're in a relationship or what have you, but just hypothetically, did you ever have that kind of attitude?
Nah, never. Cause I'm still humble. I'm still humble, and nah, I would never per se have that particular attitude.
Do you think it make? Because when people say that to me, I don't really think not to me, but when I hear people say that, I don't really truly understand it, because it's like we all agree that you look better now. So like, why wouldn't more people try to like hop in your DM or like, you know what I'm saying, like shoot their shot? Like, it's evident that if you used to be this much and now you're fucking this much, you look better. You know you look better, and so does everyone else. So it's like, I kind of just don't understand how people is like, well, if you can't love me at my
worst, don't accept me at my best.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's just like, yo, like my nigga, like you look better. Like I don't understand that. I don't know. But I just wanted to ask you, because like I do feel like sometimes once people level up or get better at whatever it is that they're doing, some people just kind of tend to want to like shit on people who are just now like getting onto that train.
Yeah, but I wouldn't necessarily say I shit on them, and then I just might not be as interested. But it wouldn't be like, now that I'm looking like this, just,
Have you ever encountered that though? Like somebody that maybe wasn't really paying you any mind back when you weighed a little more, like tried to maybe like be a little buddy or a little more friendly, or you could tell that's paying you a little more attention?
Nah, I can't say that I do, but then again, unfortunately, I'm that kind of guy. I think I be naive to a lot of shit.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I don't think that is the case. No, I don't. But like I said, I've been criticized for being naive a lot of times. So
yeah. No, you know what though? Don't feel bad, because I be on that same shit.
Yeah. Like, so I mean, like, I never let nothing get to me. You know what I'm saying? Right. So somebody be like, oh, give a compliment. I'm like, oh, okay, well, thank you. I don't think that. You keep it moving, but no, they might be like, I don't be like everybody.
Oh, that's funny, man. So get into your new endeavor here.
Oh, man. Yes.
Tell us about it.
So trapping healthy, it's just taking that negative connotation and using it to a positive. The word trap, it always stemmed from, I guess, to be frank, like a dope dealer standpoint. But if we want to take that, let's just take it, recycle it, and refurbish it, and just give it back to the community in a positive. So trapping healthy is pretty much a splash bar that I just wanted to pretty much give back essentially to the community of making better health choices. So before you go and drink that soda, before you want to go and drink that Kool-Aid, before you want to go and drink that tea, put the natural vitamins back in your body. Don't go and pay the pharmaceuticals to give you the vitamin A, B, and C when you can just eat an orange. If you don't want to eat an orange, well, I want to just create an opportunity or try to give back to give, hey man, you can sip the vitamin C. You can sip the, you know what I'm saying? you can get the splash within, you know what I'm saying, with me, you know what I'm saying? So I just want to get back because, you know, as you get
all the podcast listeners is like, yeah, Jaxon want to give the splash.
So now, man, I just, you know, I really want to feel like, me personally, we all on this earth to, you know, to give back, to help one, you know, each one teach one and to give back, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like this is my opportunity to give back. I mean, I've been on my weight loss journey, but these are some of the things that I know I dabbled and dabbled in that I use myself. So before typically I go and, you know, eat a burger, I don't really eat at too many fast food chains anymore. Not for real. But I prefer the juice. I prefer to just eat like a salad. And, you know, I just said, let me just create something and make something that open to the public. So trappinghealthy.com is going to be available actually on Easter. We're going to resurrect your body and be blessed. You know what I'm saying? So
what you say your 420 rollout is?
Oh yeah, we're gonna give back, you know, the natural juices along with the natural herbs. So, you know,
they said along with.
You know what I'm saying? So we're just gonna be natural, man. But no, I just really seriously just want to give back, you know, to the community and to those that's like minded. We're getting, you know, at least a kickoff to a healthy track to things. So I just want to be a vessel into the whole grand scheme of things. And, you know,
what made you want to start it? Or like, how did the idea even come about?
To be honest, to be purely honest, individuals like yourself, C, Juice, you know. Nah, man, you know, since, you know, we've been good for a long time, but now the entrepreneurship that y'all always express, you know, and you know, we're really kind of putting forth that energy and idea, you know, and y'all took something that may have just started. I'm gonna just speak for C. She created something, brought, you know, natural talent around, and, you know, voila, you grew followings, and I'm like, man, I like that. That's dope. You know what I'm saying? Y'all give me laughs. I'm also got to tip my hat to like Killer Mike. Killer Mike being someone he just dropped trigger warning, just taking the idea and putting those thoughts out there and becoming something, being young black entrepreneurs and giving back to the community. And, you know, to the late great Nipsey Hussle, you know what I'm saying, rest in peace. You know, he always preached that, you know what I'm saying, being owners and being just, once again, giving back to the community. So I said, shit, who am I? Why shouldn't I do the same thing? And, you know, Warren Buffett said, you know, you take $100, you can start a business. Shit, why not? Yeah. And in a healthier way, you know what I'm saying? Because I really want to preach the lifestyle that I'm living, and I don't want to be a hypocrite about it. So I said, why not? So not only am I, you know, creating, you know, juices that, you know, essentially is good for, you know, detox waters, eventually smoothies, eventually massage therapy that I'm gonna, you know, start to roll out, you know, in 2020. So I got maybe like a 2 or 3 year plan that trappinghealthy.com is pretty much gonna be like the hub for everything regarding wellness, taking care of your body, you know. So that's kind of my idea where I really want to take things, but looking at it from a more holistic standpoint and also from just a natural standpoint. I want to create like a Walmart hub of everything. You come in Walmart, you got everything you need. You get your, especially at a super Walmart, you can get a haircut, you get your glasses, you get super Walmart. Yeah, you know, because they got everything you need. You know what I'm saying? You'll go in there spending $2 and you come out spending $200. Right. You know what I'm saying? I can get a line up and I can get my groceries. You know what I'm saying? But no, like seriously, and I also want to even reach out or have a place, a standard, you know, place for those that maybe that want to, you know, partner up with me. Like, hey, can I, you know, I want, maybe if I'm a massage therapist and I want to come on your site, I want to promote through your site. Man, come on. You doing good in the community. You want to give back. You want to do that. Go ahead. I just tip my hand and salute. And like I said, I'm only just going to be a vessel to those that just want to put back out that positive energy to the same community that raised us or just improve it. So
now, is it just like you order it through the site? Is it going to be like a truck? Is it something mobile? Is it something tangible? Or is it like all things going through just like the internet? Or like how are you going to distribute it? Like what's your...
Honestly, it started off locally. I kind of just had the idea I just wanted to be local and just kind of wanted to just give, like I said, back to the same community that raised me or that's actually being poisoned. But then when I'm just thinking of a bigger standpoint, like us, we met essentially through social media. From Georgia to Philly, and now I said, well, why not send my guy, you know what I'm saying, better beverage choices as opposed to, him wanting, go to a bar for something.
Gotcha.
So, shipping coming soon. That's not immediate as yet, but it's definitely something that I'm going to offer services in. And for right now, you order through me, especially within 706 in Columbus in the Tri-City area, I deliver right to your door. You don't have to go to Uber Eats. Okay. You don't have to go to waiter. You know what I'm saying? I deliver straight to your door, and it's just a better choice. So before you want to go and grab a Slurpee with all that sugar and get diabetes, at least you'll be natural.
Shouldn't get diabetes. Just from one thing.
Nah, man. But like I said, I just want to extend the opportunity, man. Just better dietary choices, So
I got you. What I was asking you earlier because I told you I was gonna ask you this again. What different flavors do you have?
I'm still in the process of creating 2 other different flavors right now, but right now I got Tropicana. Tropicana consists of.
Who came up with the name?
Honestly, man, I'm naming everything in real time. So when I was making it, it consists of oranges, lemons, and pineapples. Okay. So everything I just come up in real time. Seriously. So like if I'm driving and I just think of something, I call them all later. I really relate my ideas back to my trusted friends who know me. I'm like, man, what do you think it is? Right. Do you think this is catchy? And
what's one out? Give me a name that you threw out there and it was like, nah, that ain't popping.
You know what? I haven't got one back that I threw against the wall that didn't stick just yet. Okay. Because there's been a couple of ones like Tropicana just came of course of Tropicana. So that was just
that's really good.
But it really once you look at it, be like, oh, But there's one that I'm definitely gonna come on. It's called Dope Girl Melon. Okay. Because the whole trap, when I initially started, it was the trap aspect. Yeah, that's the thing. So, Dope Girl Melon is one. Kiwi Grams is another one.
Like kilograms.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, we keeping the trap,
that's funny.
The epitome of the trap into it, and like I said, it just, there were just a couple of ones that I was throwing out there. So, there might be a detox. A detox water, might consist of oranges or whatever. I'm thinking of calling it orange orgasms. Okay. Just keeping everything within, within the aspect. So, but like I said, I come up with stuff on real time. If it feels good, like I said, sometimes I know I can be a little left, but I keep my trustworthy peers in just to keep me in line, and they're like, nah, I like that. That's catchy. That's what's gonna,
Gotcha. Now you because I know you say you get a lot of or bounce a lot of ideas off your homies and all that. Now, is this just like a one-man band or a one household band, or is it? Do you have like a team of people, or do you have an idea of a team that once it does grow, that you feel like you'll have helping you do everything? Or
man, if anybody wants to extend the brand and want to get in bed with the idea, I'm definitely open to it. If everything is logical, but right as of now, it's really just me and everyone in my household. Everybody got a honest hand in it, from the lady of my life, my daughter, my brother, my mom. It's really an organic household thing where, like I said, I bounced in my ideas, but actually doing the manual labor is really who you see before you. Gotcha. And like I said, and whomever in my household. So, right now it's, like I said, it's a small entrepreneur. I like to call it a passion project. Where, it's just, I'm giving a flavor. If you sip it, love it, come back to me. You know what I'm saying? So, But yeah, it's just me for right now. But like I said, for any of those that's interested and want to get in bed with the brand, I'm not opposed to it. As long as it makes sense for everyone else, you know, for everybody involved, you know, it's great. So
right, that's what's up. What cause you shouted out Juice and C and myself, just on the entrepreneurial side of things. You have been such a huge listener, you know what I'm saying? Giving input, feedback, helping out, supporting, just all of the above. What made you fuck with us? The amount that you do.
Man, well, let me first start back. The first time I got the first time that I came across you guys, it was more, I think it was the Chinky Ate My Ass.
That was our very first episode.
I think that was the episode. But just to name drop some more, I can't remember if it came from my homie Juanita or if it came from the homie Tasha. But I seen it on one of their posts, and this is around the same time I really got introduced to podcasts. So I was listening to like more of the celebratorial type of influences, such as the Joe Budden podcast. I think Brilliant Idiots may have just been coming out, but I was more so listening to them. And the name was catchy, of course. So when I caught the name, and then it was somebody that was locally that I fuck with, and we like minded, I said, you know, let me just give it a try. When I gave it a try, and I said, man, these niggas is funny. You know what I'm saying? Because the thoughts and the ideas, because I'm thinking like, yo, me and Jaxon might be related. Because the way that you speak from a man's standpoint, I'm like, I'm at my desk listening. I said, man, yo, nigga, what's up, man? Listen. That's so funny. But it got to be funny because listening to C was speaking and she's hilarious. Like, a lot of her comedic shit, I was like, I fucks with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like that. And Juice just, when she filled in and added the rest of the season in, I like, man, I got hooked ever since. And like I said, man, I'm not a person that's selfish, man. I show love. If shit is good, shit is good. You know what I'm saying? I think Neef Book said it best: support what you love, never bash what you hate. And I just said, man, fucking, I'm gonna just, what is it to just send out the message like, man, fuck with them. Right. Take off. You know what I'm saying? Like that. And like I said, like I always tell you guys, man, y'all success is my success because I believe in y'all. But that's how it happened, and I think it's like 3 years later now. Yeah.
That's crazy, which is crazy.
Yeah. So I mean, and then to be honest, thanks to you guys, it just grew different other relationships. You know what I'm saying? From meeting Nick, meeting just other people that I think, like I said, I believe going to support my brand, and vice versa. So it was just a beautiful union, to be honest. But nah, man, just you guys being who you are and just speaking from the reality sense of from relationships to, and like I said, that comedic standpoint, and just really having that deep dive perception of things. It's good and it's honest. It's authentic. That's what I'm big on, the authenticity. So that's like really, really, really that kept me listening a lot. So
yeah. The people like because you do, like, you know what I'm saying, post us or repost us, what's some of the feedback that you've gotten from people who might actually take a listen because of a post that you would make on our behalf?
Oh man,
and the reason I ask that, because we're not for everybody,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
Shit, I ain't gonna lie, man. When I used to repost it, I think a lot of people would take the name and thought it was on some freak shit. I ain't gonna lie. So they'll probably be thinking like, and like I said, I'm just only gonna guess. They may have thought they was probably tapping to who maybe they thought I was by listening to some freak shit. So they thought I was a freak too. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So they probably like, man, let me see what he listening to. You know what I'm saying? But I think the response or feedback that I get, I think clearly y'all, and I don't know how true this is, but I mean, maybe in the South, it's grown because, I don't know a lot of people, but I think it just spread it just a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But like from the live show that y'all had in ATL, I knew like a couple of people that was in the crowd. I'm like, no, I personally know them, so I know they came from me, and you know what I'm saying. So I'm like, I just like that branch, you know what I'm saying. So, I haven't really got anything personal back from them. Like, man, they funny as shit. Yeah, that like cracking Joe like funny as shit. You know what I'm saying? And if they catch them about the bus episode,
oh come on,
that probably was like the one that's like, listen, man, that shit is fucking classic.
Yeah, if y'all haven't watched that, go. I guess go check it out.
Man, listen, classic.
Nah, that shit is classic though.
Classic.
Yo, when I tell you, my nigga, like we laughed for 2 hours straight. Cause what's funny is that was the episode that we did the week after our first show, because that was one of the questions like in the show, like was something about like, you know, why does Jaxon seem so like insecure about like how his sex is or something like that. So then like based off of that question, that's when somebody wrote a review on me.
That shit was classic.
And then, yo, when I tell you, we fucking.
When I tell you, C added all the theatrics to it. About the butt, Lord have mercy. When I laugh out, y'all laugh for 2 hours. We still laugh for today.
we still
laugh for today. Like seriously, I could still just like sometimes when I just catch on, like if I don't catch an episode and I go back to it like, man, this shit was funny.
Yeah, no, that shit was classic, man. That's still to this day. That's probably the number one. That's like if I'm trying to get somebody to listen, I'll shoot them that link, and I'll be like, start at the 20-minute mark, and you'll come back.
Yeah,
you'll listen or whatever. But nah, man, did you have any? Because honestly, when I created the whole one mic thing, it was.
Congratulations, by the way. I really like this, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I'm gonna try to keep this shit going and have like dope conversations. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere I go.
Absolutely.
But I appreciate you because it's part of it is who who I'm talking to too. Like you know what I'm saying? Because everybody is not gonna be willing to be open on here, especially because people, you know what I'm saying, people think like, all right, we're just gonna sit down and we're gonna talk, but if you really don't listen to the podcast for real,
you don't get
like you don't know like how intrusive I might be like once we sit down. But when I created it though, my idea was like I want to sit down and talk to somebody who is already a listener of the Sex with Strangers podcast, and to kind of give them an opportunity to. At first, it was almost like give them an opportunity to interview me, but then when I kind of first sat down, I don't even really want it to be an interview. I really just want it to be a conversation.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But I do always want to ask, like, from listening to the show or just from knowing me personally, is there or has there ever been anything that you felt like you wanted to, I guess, ask me or ask my opinion on, or just something that maybe I said that might have stuck out and you wanted to have me elaborate anything more? I know I'm putting you on the spot, but that's just something I always like to.
Man. Like I said, I think for the most part when I listen, we really be, at least for me, because you don't know, we really be in sync on a lot of things that you're talking about or that you're discussing, or maybe like things that you maybe experienced because you're so vivid of what may have occurred in your past and the way you explain things. I understand it totally 100%. Like like I said, being an avid listener, everything, I don't really have any much critiques to it. I think you guys do a really good job, and there's nothing that I really want to ask, because I mean, shit, really, we communicate pretty often as we need to, you know. Right. So, man, I just really enjoy the perspective that you speak for the small pond of men that really are in touch with, I don't want to say the emotions, but just the idea of things. Because I think some of us, like, I think a lot of men get a bad rap, like, we don't pay attention or we don't be listening to nothing. But no, you do got men that do listen to what you're saying, to the woman, and we really drive home the idea of communication. listening, talking. You know what I'm saying? Just because, you know, you chose a fucked up baby daddy, don't put that shit on me. You know what I'm saying? Don't rub that residue on me because I listen, you know, and like women that let me get off my soapbox. But but see, like I hate the fact that some women really categorize all men the same. Mm-hmm. And we're all not the same. Like I think Jigga said it best when he said, I love my women, but I don't love no bitch. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I love my niggas, but I don't really like these fuck niggas. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't really deal with them. But you know, you got to be a certain character of a certain cloth to kind of understand the difference. And like, man, I'm not a deadbeat baby dad. Mm-hmm. I'm not a deadbeat ass nigga. I'm not no kind of whatever you may experience in the past. Once you kind of like start to kind of communicate and we talk about things and we really unpack and bust shit down, I'm nothing like this probably, you know, fucked up nigga you dealt with. Don't treat me as such.
How have you received that treatment before, and like how soon does it happen? Do you even get an opportunity to show that particular person that you're not like what they think you are?
As I got older, I mean, my patience got a little thin. So once I kind of see certain traits, I kind of just ease my way on out. Because I'm like, man, sometimes I don't have the time for it. I don't have the time to explain myself to a nigga that you dealt with in the past. Right. So I'll be like, you know what? I think you're still dealing with some hurt. You know what? Maybe you just need some time to kind of figure that shit out.
You know what though? I don't know if I've met. I don't know, because everybody is, unless you talking to somebody and they ain't never talked to nobody before you, mm-hmm. Like everybody has like some kind of trauma that they've dealt with. Now, whether they're still dealing with it or they're over it, who's to say? But I don't really know if anybody has anything that's like completely like done and forgotten. Like if they were really in it. Not saying that you can't completely get over something. I'm just saying that in the era that we live in now, where like people kind of like are braggadocious about moving on so quickly. Right. Like externally, like I feel like people move on quickly, but internally, like I feel like there's still a little bit of like residue there.
And I guess my thing is this. Just speaking from a logical standpoint, right? If women like to say how niggas just be so stupid and make mistakes and they get and shit, you know, right? I guess my thing is, like, do some women not understand, like, you have to go through your mistake, like, you have to go through that heartbreak to know what love is about, or to feel like, do you think, like, I never met a woman that lived such a perfect life that met anything, like, because a woman would think about some shit that they done been dealing with a guy from 9th grade. Like, there wasn't gonna make that mistake. Like being cheated on. And I'm like, and now today, the way today is, that shit go either way. Like, women are more ruthless than these men. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I'm thinking, like, what kind of, like, why do you not think that a man is not gonna make certain mistakes? It's like a woman expect a man to act like a woman. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes I feel like they don't understand the accountability that they have to take in shit too. You know,
definitely not. I want to turn into a woman bashing
thirsty man.
Yeah.
Man, try some of this. You know what I'm saying? Some of this trapper man. Just tell me what you think. You know, talk about this thing. You know, and just.
Yeah. No, this is good though.
Like it? You like it? Yeah. Yeah, you know, just.
But I don't want to turn it into a woman bashing like.
Oh no, never that. But I love my queens,
but it is like. I don't know, man. Like it's like they want everything to be perfect so soon. Like on the first, like, and just logically it doesn't make sense. Like I think I heard. Like, say if you talk to somebody when you're 18
Mm-hmm.
And then it doesn't work out because he was doing shit that 18-year-olds do.
Right.
But then when you see him and he's 35, he's mature. He don't do the stupid shit that he did when he was 18. But it's like at 18, they kind of try to cast him off as like an ain't shit nigga.
Right.
And maybe it might not be that you ain't shit. It might just be that you just not mature yet.
And like, why you couldn't act like this now? Then I'm like,
yeah. And I don't know. What I hate though, because I really haven't dealt with a lot of the. I don't feel like I do like a lot of ain't shit nigga shit.
yeah.
So I don't really deal with those problems, but the situations that I've dealt with, were kind of like what you had said at first about where you're trying to clean up the mess of someone who existed prior to you.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like you almost have to like, you can't just start with a clean slate of, you know, this is a cool guy, I like him, let's see where it goes. Right. It's almost like you have to start with well, he seemed like he cool, but he probably not. Right. So let me give it some time and he'll show me his bullshit.
Right.
And it's like you just kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop. And it's really just not, it's just unfair to all parties involved. Because like, if you really just waiting for me to fuck up, you never really believed that I was
saying in the first place.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's, cause it's almost kind of like, it's all, cause it like, your energy is almost like you almost want this person to fuck up so that you can be right about it.
Like I told you so.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's real evident nowadays. And I don't even know how to, like, I'm in a place now where I'm just like, I'm chilling, I'm single. And I'm not even like single fucking bitches. Like I'm just like, I'm like single, like just like doing the shit that I'm trying to like achieve.
Right.
And it's really a cool space because like I don't really have anything like weighing over my head. Like I don't, like my phone is off right now. Like it's on airplane mode, and right. I'm not worried. Like I'm not worried that somebody's gonna be mad like once we finish, right. Because like why you ain't hit me up in such and such amount of time? What you doing? Where you at? Who you? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to worry about none of that. And, like, that's cool. Mm-hmm. I mean, fucking is cool, too. but sometimes, like, the shit that having sex, like, also brings, mm-hmm. Sometimes, like, for me, I don't feel like it'd be worth it.
Nah, and it really don't. But, you know, the funny thing is, you know, just my opinion, you know, I have a lot of female associates. And I listen to their issues and their bullshit, mm-hmm. or what they per se claim, you know, complain about. And man, and I be listening to them. I'm like, man, listen, men and women want the same thing. We just say it different. Mm-hmm. Y'all just don't, you know what I'm saying? Y'all just want it. I feel like they live in more of a fantasy as opposed to reality. Mm-hmm. But it's more so like we want the same thing. It's kind of like using communication example. We could say the same thing, different accent, but we're saying the same thing. Right. You know what I'm saying? Just different accent, different language, but we're saying the same thing.
Right.
You know, but I don't think it feel like some women don't realize that. Like, you say you want peace, I want peace too. You want to talk, like, I just want you to listen. I want you to listen to me too. Mm-hmm. But don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't emasculate yourself and de-emasculate me just because you feel like, you know, whatever Facebook post you read, what a man's supposed to be like or what a woman's supposed to feel like. No, let's be honest. Let's be human. Like,
have you ever had that issue with like social media? Like playing
in a previous relationship, yeah. I think they look too much to Facebook memes as studying the Bible for their guidance. And that was like messed up. Well, from when I started, because sometimes, you know, when a person is in the storm, they don't really see the sunshine. They just looking at what's going on around them. And I'm like, you trying to preach to me to what this bitch just posted, and I know she's cheating, sucking dick, but she telling you to be a strong black woman, don't put up with a nigga shit, but she goddamn unfaithful her damn self. You know what I'm saying? Because a person they gonna post who they want to be, but you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying?
Oh my Lord.
You listening to this chick that you don't even know and you putting a like in, you like, yeah, girl, that's right. I don't need to put all this. I'm like, bitch, you don't even know what's going on in her household.
Yeah.
But you feel like you can relate to why.
Are y'all big on social, like how have you, because you said in previous relationships, right?
Yeah, previous relationships.
So how have you managed to not allow that to be an issue now?
I'm taking some of the mistakes that I made in the past. I don't always put it out there, but I just always put a reminder. You know, I always want to. Well, in my previous relationship and previously before, I would kind of be reckless. Now I got to be mindful. As I got older, I'd be like mindful. I got to put my queen out there in a way that it's not going to make her look stupid, make me look stupid. And I got to always keep a reminder to those who want to be lustful to, you know, like, hey, I got someone, we're happy, she's still around. So yeah, in the next 4 or 5 weeks, you may see, yep, she's still around. And it's always going to just be positive. It's not going to be, you know, real slick shit that could be perceived in a certain demeanor. You know what I'm saying?
How do you, this is interesting, right? How do you, what's something where you, before you did something on social media, whether it be like a picture, comment on something, comment back on something that somebody commented on your shit, like, what's your filtering process before you actually start thumbing through your phone?
I actually don't, man. I really don't. If I see a nice fat ass come across my goddamn post, come across my timeline, tap out. I mean, but you know what I'm saying? But me and my lady, we have our talks and we have our conversation. You know, my heart is where home is. You know what I'm saying? This is, you know, the way I perceive, like, and that's the beautiful thing with communication. She know where my heart lies. This shit is recreational. This shit is not. I know the difference between reality and fantasy. This shit is all, you know, no different than Monopoly. No different from when I play video games.
But now, did you have to explain that to her, or is that something that she just already knew, or she was just like on the same accord as you with that?
I think to a degree, well, I think it's a little bit of everything. I think as she got to know me, she got to understand the person that I am, that, you know, I'm a social butterfly. So I can really go to anywhere and hold a conversation. That's no different if I go to a bar, go online. But if you get to know me, you know, like, okay, I'm harmless. I'm not doing this shit out of any type of malicious intent to, you know what I'm saying, to get in bed with someone. So she had to know that about me, like, okay, nah, he's not like that. And then, like I said, we talk, we have open communication mode. I tell her everything, maybe a little bit more shit than probably what she need to know. But it's that level of honesty that you got to keep where, you know, I'm like, well, shit, I don't know who Betty is. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
What 50-year-old woman? 50
hey, man,
Betty.
shit, hey, I'm just saying, you know.
Yes.
We just had to have that level of understanding with commitment, but that really came with just spending time alone with one another, not really specific conversation, but really getting to know who the root of who you are. And she can kind of, I believe she'll be able to kind of, you know, deviate of this may have happened, this might have not happened, and she just know me.
Do y'all follow each other?
She's not on social media.
At all? At all?
Nah, she's not on social media.
Anymore or ever?
She's not on there anymore, but she always had access to my account. Like, she has access to my, so at any given time, if she want to see what's, you know, who I'm liking, who's in the DM, who commented on what, it's there. I mean, because I ain't got nothing to hide and ain't shit going on, so.
How do you curve?
I don't respond.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you know, don't respond. Ain't nothing to say. because clearly you know. If you follow me and you know, like you know. So if you step out of pocket and say something like, I ain't gonna say nothing.
Now, have y'all ever had a conversation about like, is that acceptable? Just a no response, or because the reason I ask, right, is because sometimes like you get this idea that like women want you to like really overtly like turn a bitch down, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not only
they want you to be disrespectful,
yeah, which is weird to me. Like that's strange, but so that's cool with y'all. Like him just not responding, or do you think that she would like for you to be a little bit more like,
man, to be
fuck
honest,
out of here?
No, well, see, I wouldn't expect that from her, so I don't want to say she don't expect that from me, but I won't expect her to be, quote unquote, a bitch to a nigga. You know what I'm saying? To a comment. Because I'm like, man, listen, I got the attitude of, if you hit on my lady, that's a compliment. Mm-hmm. Thank you. I'm doing something right.
Right.
I don't feel no ways. She may feel a way about my, be like, well, I don't even think she do, because we never had that conversation and it's never been a problem. You know, she may come and see something like,
Do you think, because of the fact that she's not on social media, some people might think that like, oh boy, that's why y'all don't have no issues. Like, do you think it would be any different if she were on there and like she would have the same, I guess, like opportunities for niggas to like her shit or for her to like other niggas shit, or if she like do you feel like how you said you would like a chick if she got a fat butt? Mm-hmm. Scrolling, oh shit, her shit fat, pop pop. Like, now if she were on social media and she's scrolling and she see a shirt off ass nigga, mm-hmm. or one of them fucking black bearded niggas pages or some shit like that, or tattoo, like, you know what I'm saying?
If
like,
she went to Too Fat to Lose and saw him and double clicked it, like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, but how do you think this nigga? How do you feel? How do you think that you would react if she was doing that?
Man, listen, like I said, I wouldn't feel no kind of way. I mean, she could, if she was on social media and she was rolled by and she saw and her timeline had a couple of shirt off ass niggas, a couple of game dick prints and shit, and she just like, man, what am I gonna do, man? She's a woman.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Am I gonna really be like, oh, you shouldn't like that?
But what if
I'm not insecure though. So
what if when she double tapped it, she double tapped it on the dick? On the
to put the heart by there. Nah, man. I mean, shit. That's, you know, I mean, I wouldn't feel no kind of way. I mean, like, at the end of the day, I feel like, you know, she's a woman. Mm. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but like I said, I'm very secure of who I am. Right. I mean, you know, it is what it is. I don't think she's finna DM the game. Right. Or anybody else would be like, it would be like, you know what I'm saying, what they did do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just gonna be like, man, that's what it is. But like I said, but my security coming back from multiple conversations of me getting to know her. Mm. So I know the individual she is. I know what she will and won't do. I know what will be out of character. So, you know, if somebody else would be like, man, your girl's in my inbox, I'm like, nah, you butting. I know my lady. I know what she's not doing. But he would have to show me proof, but I'm like, nah. Mm-hmm. It just went, that's not me. Right. But like I said, that goes from me knowing my partner, knowing how secure I am and the relationship that we got. I know that for our communication, we talk about literally everything. Like I said, some shit that maybe that we probably don't even need to talk about. Mm-hmm. We talk about it. Like, hey man, you use the bathroom today? Is that shit you really want to know? You know what I'm saying? Like, man, like, but it's like you want to know, like, you know, like, hey, you all right? You know what I'm saying? You good? We had those conversations to make sure, like, man, you good? You all right? Mm-hmm. That's how we rock.
So it's like a daily thing or a weekly thing, or I saw somewhere that they were suggesting that you and your partner should almost kind of have like it might have been one of them dumbass memes. Where it was like, yeah, like me and my partner, I want that kind of relationship where we like sit down and like have a report card conversation like every week or something like that. It was something like that. But I kind of, like when I first read it, I was like, that sounded a little crazy. But then I kind of thought about it and I was like, it would kind of be cool to like kind of have like a podcast, but without the cameras or the microphones, like with your partner, because like that's the kind of time when you like really sit down and like really be open and honest and stuff like that. And could you imagine having that kind of like check-in on a weekly basis, even when shit is not going bad? Like I just kind of feel like
it's still necessary because I mean a lot of times I know, like for me it's therapeutic. Yeah. It's therapeutic to me to know where our relationship is, you know, where the strength of it is. Because I mean, sometimes to me, if we're not communicating, to me that could be a problem. We gotta have something to talk about. We going through shit daily, not even if it's not per se bad, but we're going through something, and it's always leaving that open line of communication to discuss it and put it out there on the floor. Now, if you decide not to say nothing about it, it's not my fault. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be an area of opportunity that we just need to work and grow on. Now, if this shit start to be excessive, I mean, a relationship is a job. If you're excessively tardy, guess what HR gonna tell you?
But nah, man, it was a dope conversation. I definitely appreciate you. You know what I'm saying, coming on. It's always a pleasure, man, just to talk to you personally, just to kick it, but also just kind of like really get into, you know, more serious stuff. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I appreciate it, man. I hope the people gonna like it. I really think they are. Especially the people that we know, that know you. You know what I'm saying? They're going to watch and they're going to tune in and they're going to tell everybody. And we're going to shout that shit out because you do that shit for us all the time.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
And, yeah, man. I'm Jaxon, your host. Another episode of A One Mic Stand. And before we get out of here, just tell them where they can find you and where they can find your product.
Yeah, if you want that multimedia motivation, coming Too Fat to Lose, that's 2PHAT 2LOSE. You'll see a black hand, a dumbbell, and some headphones. You know, live loud, sweat volumes. It's hard, but it's fair. You see that hashtag, you know it's me. Or you go to trappinghealthy.com. You're gonna get your juice, get your detox water. We're gonna got smoothies coming in a couple of months. But you can reach me on multimedia. On social media platforms, Snapchat, Twitter, all Trapping Healthy. You know, love, appreciate you, my guy. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you again. I'm your host, Jaxon. You can find me at Jaxon1616. That's Jaxon 1616. My Twitter is Jaxon914. And of course, you can find all three of us on the podcast, Sex with Strangers, a Grown Folks podcast. Our Instagram is Sex with Strangers Podcast. Twitter is the SWS Podcast. Our YouTube page, which is where this will also be, is Sex with Strangers, a Grown Folks Podcast. And yeah, new episodes every Monday is when they drop. We're trying to do more live shows. I'm trying to come to different cities, trying to do more one mics. And if you're a freak, I'll try to smash. Nah, man, I'm playing. Not really. It's depending on how you look, for real. But nah, man, thank you for tuning in. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this one. I had a good time as always. And we out.